Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are here back with Kai-Shirr, about to complete the next part of our little quest line. Let's see what he has to say first. Still haven't found a singer, though I reckon it's only a matter of time until I do. Any progress with the bits and pieces for the costume? Yes, we made some right here. Okay, the honeybee trappings. Ah yes, this should be able to make a nice pretty costume out of this. Bloody hells, I'm amazed! You really taking it to another level with this. You always sound so surprised when we come back, don't you? Okay, we'll finish turning those in. I'd say we got enough bits and pieces to put together a pretty decent costume, and I'm happy to say I found a singer. Ooh, who is it? Do we know them? Choosing a vocalist should have been a lot easier if a few more people could actually sing. Most of the ones who auditioned were terrible. I think you'd be chuffed as I was with my final choice though, and of course you'll look the part too, thanks to all the things you brought for the costume. Oh, I forgot to mention, Zaya wanted to see us about something. I'm sure everything's fine. Well, reasonably sure. It's good news, but there's only one way to find out. Yay, we are now considered a pillar of the Beehive. Kai-Shirr is overjoyed with your efforts. He now considers you a pillar of the Beehive. I really hope that quest isn't over that quickly. Okay, here we go. A new quest continuing the story of the Beehive's efforts to attract new clientele is now available from Kholusia. Upon its completion, the custom deliveries list for Kai-Shirr will be updated. Yay! Okay, commercially flyable. Kholusia is keen to show you that your recent efforts have paid dividends. Ah, you're just in time. So is our new singer costume ready? It certainly is. We haven't had an awful lot of time to practice, but she's showing all the signs of becoming the Beehive's next star. In fact, the Queen Bee himself has already given her his seal of approval. Still, it was Kai-Shirr who discovered her. Perhaps you finally found your calling in life. Are you pulling my leg? No, I ain't cut out to manage musicians or nothing. All I did was a bit of asking about to find her, and then her singing voice did the rest. Besides, if it weren't for Claire bringing the materials, she wouldn't have that lovely dress. Yes, I've never seen anything so pretty in all my life. I feel like a princess. But I wouldn't even be here in the first place if you hadn't given me this chance. I just hope that I can repay you for everything you've done for me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Ooh, I think you made quite the impression on her. Huh? I don't know what you mean. I'm pretty sure she'll do very well, though. Of course, we can't stop there. We need to find more customers, but I'm not sure where to try next. Since you already covered most of Kholusia, maybe we can try elsewhere. Right, there's only so many people on this island that would be interested in a place like the Beehive. A couple of ideas spring to mind, but I need a bit more time to mull them over. If you could come and find me later, I should have worked something out. Alright, better put my thinking cap on. Oh, I think she likes him. That's so cute. We finally have a girlfriend for him. Alphinaud said that where he comes from, these kinds of songs draw large crowds, and that some of the fans can be very enthusiastic. Oh, believe me, they can be. Kai-Shirr's not the only one around here with big ideas, you know? Oh, there she is. Look at that. Oh, and who would have thought it? Kai-Shirr is gonna have a girlfriend. Well, hopefully. Most folk in Kholusia have barely enough money for life's essentials, never mind luxuries like the entertainment we offer. Having said that, we've made efforts to cater to a broader clientele, which has increased our earnings considerably. As I'm sure you'll agree, Kai-Shirr has been the driving force behind it. We have a lot to thank him for. Managed to turn my ideas into something resembling a plan, but I'm still working on the finer details. Like we were saying, most of the people in Kholusia who consider coming to the Beehive have been here by now, and a fair few of them have even come back. But that means if we want more customers, we'll have to bring them from elsewhere, which is to say across from the seas. Thing is, even if they like the sound of the place, they're hardly gonna jump on a boat just to come and watch a few dancers and sip a bit of wine. We need a faster, more convenient way for them to get to Yulmore. Ah, you look like you worked it out, so what's the answer to all our problems? Well, Amara would be cute, but yeah, let's go with the airships. I mean, Yulmore has them, so... Haha! As the saying goes, clever people think of the same things. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Anyway, is that a brilliant idea or what? There is one problem, though. A long time ago, there were flights from Yulmore to all sorts of places, but that ended with the flood. Sin-Eaters made it impossible to fly anywhere, until Wolford came along, that is. I went and asked Master Chai whether we'd be able to get an airship route between here and the Crystarium. Poor bloke's got a lot on his plate, but he was kind enough to say he'd consider it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go and see him again now. Do you reckon you could join me, seeing as how you're familiar with the Crystarium and all? Great, let's get going! The place is the army headquarters, and we're supposed to make ourselves known to Coden. It'd be nice to see him again. I mean, despite what some people say, I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of the Chais. I mean, I personally love them. I think they're great. We have an airship steward, though. Have you know that Yulmore possesses the finest fleet of airships in all of Norvrot? In the days before the flood, they ferried passengers to various settlements, though the appearance of Sin-Eaters put a stop to that. However, under Lord Valfrey's influence, they ceased to pose a threat, and our vessels took the skies once more. Though the Sin-Eaters have once again become hostile, their dwelling numbers means our crews have little cause for concern. Okay, so while we do technically have airships, it's not safe to fly them. Okay, I guess I can understand that. Okay, and the mainstay, that's where it is. And where is it? Down here? Okay, there he is. Excuse me. What can I do for you? We're here to see Master Chai. About the airships, right? We were looking into the feasibility of such a proposal, and I believe we now have all the information we need. He'll be here in a moment to inform you of his decision. Ah, Kai-Shirr, my good fellow. Terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. What if it isn't Claire? I heard you've been helping at the Beehive. I can think of worse places to spend one's time, though I wasn't aware that you'd be joining us this evening. Master Chai, I heard that you made up your mind about the airships? Don't worry, lad, I hadn't forgotten. I must say your timing could not have been more fortunate, as we are currently involved in talks with the Crystarium as to how we may better our relations. I put forward your proposal to establish airship routes between our two cities, and they agreed to it there and then. Blimey, I can't believe it! Now, before we get carried away, there are one or two small problems that must be addressed first. Coden, if you be so kind as to explain. Yes, sir. The Umorian army has in its possession a number of airships, all in perfect working order. But being designed for military use, they are astute things that offer very little in the way of comfort. Considerable work will be required to convert them for the proposed purpose. While we have a rough idea as to how the interior might be refitted, I'm afraid we haven't the expertise to carry out the work ourselves. We will require the assistance of trained artisans. Indeed. Unfortunately, given all the outstanding work in the city, we are experiencing a shortage of artisans at the moment. I'm not sure when we can assign people to the airships. If it's artisans you need, I could take care of that. But where do you expect to find them? I was thinking of trying down at Vinmont Yards. While they may not be shipwrights and not airship rights, they should be able to deal with a lot of the bigger tasks. I expect that we'll be needing a few extra interior walls and doors to make proper cabins, and from what I hear, they'll be glad for the work. Of course! Why didn't I think of that? And with Claire in charge of the more delicate work, those airships will be ready before you know it. And what sort of assistance would you be providing? I'm something of an artisan myself. Yeah, we don't want to be too smug. Surely you jest. Not only are you a peerless warrior, able to best even the likes of General Ranjit, you are telling me that you have other talents? Bloody hells, if you're even a fraction as good at that as you are at smithing evildoers. Say, would you be interested in joining Dahlia Stoneworks by any chance? We could use more skilled folks such as you. Master Chai, I don't mean to be rude, but Claire already has a job helping me at the Beehive. That she does. Forgive me, I had forgotten myself. I wouldn't dream of poaching Claire from you. That being the case, perhaps the two of you could cooperate with Coden until the work has been completed. Here is an outline of our improvements we wish to carry out. If you can provide the listed parts and materials, we soldiers can deal with the heavy lifting. Well, it seems you have the matter well in hand, so I will return to my own duties. I look forward to seeing the fruits of your labor, my young entrepreneur. We won't let you down, sir. I must say, I'm rather surprised to hear about Claire's hidden talents. We all need a hobby, I suppose. And on that note, I bid you farewell. Alright, Claire, it seems we've got our work cut out for us. Let's head back to the Beehive and take a closer look at what needs doing first. Yeah, I mean, he's right. We all kind of need a hobby. Adventuring's fun and everything, but the biggest problem that we have here is that it just doesn't bring in the same amount of money or the same amount of gil that being a crafter does. still, it was funny seeing them fight over us like that. Like, you know, Kai-Shirr, like, maybe you could let us kind of work with the Daedalus Stoneworks just kind of on the side. You know, like maybe we can build our own Talos someday. That would be cool. Master Chai caught me a little off guard offering you a job, but knowing what you're capable of, I hardly blame him. Of course, I couldn't let him have you yet. We need your talents for the stuff in Coden's plans. Metal plates, canvas, grease, it's a list as long as your arm, and not just the standard ones either. It's all the fancy, hard-to-find sorts. And cushions! Believe me, you think that they have enough of those around Yulmore as it is. Why can't they just borrow some? Well, as I said, we've taken care of it, so we should get started. I'll have a word with the lads at Vement Yards, while I leave you to get stuck into the rest. It's a bit of a tall order, I know, but you're up to it, right? Ha! Of course you are. Let's give Master Chai and the people of Yulmore something to smile about. Alright, so it looks like that we're done there. I don't hardly know anything about airships, but you've been on a few, right? Hopefully that'll make your job a bit easier. Yeah, it's like delivery. Airship fittings. To decorate an airship to the exciting standards of Yulmore High Society, only the finest of handcrafted ornamentation using the most opulent of materials will suffice. Provided that no one looks too closely, the contents of this crate should pass muster. So we just have to make it look good. It doesn't have to be 100% good. That's a bit funny. Okay, so let's hurry up and see what we can make out of this. Now we've already prepared for this. We grabbed the piece earlier. So we'll go ahead and have this set up. I just like making things difficult for myself. There we go. Yep, that's how you get 100 right away. I don't hardly know anything about the airships, but you've been on a few, right? Yep, I have. So we'll just turn this one in. Well, I managed to get a lot of the basic materials from Vement Yards. You're the only one I know who could put together the trickier parts of Coden's list. I won't pretend that I know much about airships, but I do see quality when I see it. That looks pretty damn good to me. Alright, we'll turn in the other two pieces that we already made earlier. And I think that we'll call it a day there. So there should be one more, I think, right after this. I knew I was right to ask for your help. You've really got an eye for quality and the skill to match. Still, I expect we'll both be kept busy in the days to come. Alright everyone, I think that we'll just call it a day right there. It looks like we have one more quest to do after all this. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all liked it and you have a good rest of your day. So until next time, bye bye.